Welcome to the Manifest with Ease podcast. I'm Vanessa Jaden, certified mindset and manifestation coach, and I'm here to help you manifest your dream life effortlessly. This podcast is all about making manifestation simple and fun. Each week, I'll share powerful tips and aligned strategies to help you attract abundance, success, and joy into your life. Get ready to unlock your magic and step into the life you've always dreamed of. No hustle required. Let's dive into today's episode of Manifest with Ease. In this episode today, I'm going to break down the 5 simple, actionable steps that you can take to start creating your dream life so that you can literally manifest with ease. I'm coming to you today from a very snow-covered island, which has been phenomenal. I mean, it's been highlight of the week for me. Usually when it snows here, they have these forecasts. Oh, it's going to snow. And then we have like half an hour's worth of snowing, and it's been snowing since Saturday evening. Yesterday, not so much. And today, nothing at all, but everything is still covered in snow. So it looks so beautiful. On Saturday evening, when it started snowing, me and the kids actually went outside and we played in the snow a bit because it was just so much fun. And one of my daughters was sleeping over at a friend. So on Sunday, I had to go and fetch her. And at first, I was like, okay, maybe I'll get in my car and take the drive. And then I could not even see the road in the estate to drive out, So I was like, I'm not taking this chance. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to walk to go and fetch her. And even though it was like a 45-minute walk in the evening, what I was so grateful for was I could put my earphones on, listen to my music, just take this walk through the snow, and it was safe for me to do this. So I was just so grateful. And if you ever catch me on social media, a lot of times you'll see that I say that gratitude is the magnet for miracles. And it's when we can look at just, okay, for me, the snow was a big thing. I know for a lot of people in a lot of places in the world, real snow, and you actually get snowed in and things like that. It hasn't been that bad, although the schools have been closed Monday, Tuesday. Tomorrow they closed again. So that has been a bit big for us. But when we focus on the little things and we can just be so appreciative of the little things, that's really when we start seeing miracles in our life. So why am I telling you about the snow and walking in the snow? And even though it was a highlight for me, you might be thinking, oh, okay, not such a great thing. But anyway, I'm going to tell you about getting food on the way back home, walking back home. And that's going to be part of just explaining the 5 core steps to manifesting with ease. So if we look at the first step, and that is desire and vision. Now, there's a scripture that says that people perish for a lack of vision. And there is so much truth to this. Have you ever had those days where you literally, the alarm goes off, maybe you've got nothing planned for the day and everything, and you're just like, what's the point of even getting out of bed today? Not in a like I'm hectic, depressed kind of way, but just in a, I don't really have any plans. I'm not doing anything today, so I may as well just stay in bed the whole day, having that kind of feeling. Now, that explains that scripture so nicely, because when you don't have a vision, when you have to wake up, when you have to wake up for kids and school and things like that, then that's more of a chore that you have to do than when you have something that you're waking up to. Let's say maybe you're going on holiday, Christmas is coming up. Okay, I know we've just had Christmas, but something exciting is happening for your life and you can't wait for that alarm to go off so you can jump out of bed and get done with the things that you want to be doing. Sometimes you will wake before the alarm even goes off. And that's what happens when you have a vision, because you've got a goal and you're working towards something. Your whole being is being driven towards something. So where the desire comes in is that you want to know exactly what it is that you want and where it is that you want to be going to. If you're not clear on what your desires are, it's how can you get there? And this brings me to buying food on the way back. So we're walking back in the snow, and now everything's wet. My feet are wet. I'm soaked. and I'm really hungry because I've been painting my lounge the whole weekend. So like eating was here and there and not proper food or anything. But so I decided I'm going to stop at the Chipper. So Chipper is basically a takeaway shop in Ireland, like fish and chip shop. And so I wanted a burger, and I felt like a nice cheeseburger and chips. So I get to the counter and they've got a long menu with all sorts of different things. And I say to the guy, can I please have 4 cheeseburgers and chips? No problem. Gets it ready for me. I take it and we walk home, and I get home and I open my cheeseburger and chips, and I was so disappointed. I really was disappointed. And it's not on the Chipper really. It's my fault because I wasn't clear about what I wanted. I did get a cheeseburger and chips. That's exactly what he gave me, but I wasn't clear. I felt like a nice, fat, juicy cheeseburger with maybe double cheese. I wanted onions. I wanted lettuce. I just wanted this gorgeous burger. And instead, I got this very flat, almost McDonald's type burger. So that was disappointing. And that brings me to that desire and the clarity. So being clear about the things that we want gets us the things that we want. You know, if we just say we want more money, what is more money? If I get €1, if I pick up €1, let's say I'm walking down the road, I pick up €1, I have more money. So then there I've manifested more money, and that's the end of that. So being very clear on, I want X amount of money. You know, I want whatever car that you want, whatever relationship that you want, whatever it is that you're manifesting, being very, very clear about what your desire is. And then a very important part of that first step in your desire and your vision is that you start visualizing yourself as the person who already has it. What do they do? How do they feel? What choices do they make? There's a technique that I love doing with my clients where I help them step into their future reality, help them step into their future self, and they can fully embody being this person. And that's what you need to do in this, right in the beginning, in this core step, is embody who you will be when you have that you want. And then when we look at the second one, that's your beliefs and your intuition. Your beliefs play such a big role in what you manifest. Because if you want to manifest, I'm going to use a car as an example, but you don't believe that you can actually afford the car, or you don't believe that you can win a competition to manifest the car. If there is an underlying belief that you're not really going to get it, you know, everybody wins competitions. I don't win competitions, so why even bother entering? You know, when you have these beliefs, those are going to limit you from actually manifesting what you want. So in order to manifest what you want, you need to be able to, number one, identify what are those limiting beliefs. You know, what are the beliefs that you have that are keeping you back? If I can use another one as a little example, you could have a core belief of something. So when you're walking down the road and you pick up a coin and you're holding that coin and your mother says, that's dirty, don't pick it up, then your core belief is that money is dirty. So if you have this core belief, then it's going to be very difficult for you to hold on to money. But later on in life, you might have forgotten that your mom had said that to you, or your dad, or whoever. And so that's a core belief in your subconscious mind that you're not even aware of. So it's very important for you to be able to identify, number one, those core beliefs, the subconscious beliefs that you're not really aware of, and then also the ones that you are aware of. And journaling is a great way to start figuring out what these beliefs are, is just to start writing out, what do I believe about money? What do I believe about this? What do I believe about my luck? What do I believe about whatever it is that you think might be limiting you? And then once you're aware of what those beliefs are, you need to release them, because you weren't born with them. You were born as a whole person, having everything that you need for this life. And that's where your intuition comes in. Your intuition is there to guide you. That is your whole authentic self there to guide you. But we have these, if you think about like, okay, so I was painting the living room, and if you think about okay, so I'm living in a new house. So in older houses, you might have to first strip off the walls. And let's say there was wallpaper. You might take off a layer, and then there's another layer and another layer and another layer. And that's what happens with our intuition. We get these beliefs. We take on other people's beliefs. Social media brainwashes us. The TV, advertisements, all these things are layering on all these things into our intuition. And then it becomes very difficult to actually just follow our intuition and have our intuition guide us. So identifying and releasing those beliefs so that our intuition can come out. And then an important thing is, as your future self, you now want to adopt the mindset and the beliefs of, what does she have? What does she believe? And then thirdly, we want to align our energy. So we need to shift our thoughts, our emotions, and our vibrations so that it can be a match for that reality that we're desiring. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying that thoughts lead to your feelings, which result in your actions. So we have between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts per day. So there's no ways that you can really be aware of every single thought that you're having. And subconsciously, these thoughts are just going around in your mind and that. So if you've got a lot of negative thoughts, those are going to lead to negative feelings, to having a low vibration. You might be more emotional. There's a saying also that says, when emotions go up, intelligence goes down. And that is so true. So when you're not aware of your thoughts and your thoughts are just running everything in your life, and then whatever feelings you're having are going to result in the actions that you have. Because negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, all those things lead to a lower vibration. So you're not going to be a match for that which you are desiring. So when we go back to the future self, the person who you're going to be when you have that thing, you need to actively embody the energy and the presence of her. And then number 4, you need to take inspired action. So not all action is good. Yummy. Not all action is good. Just because you're taking action doesn't mean it's going to lead you to the place where you want to go. You need to take steps that are aligned with your vision, the steps that are guided by your intuition and your faith. So if I can give you an example, a couple of years ago, I was scrolling on Facebook and then I saw this advert come up about a Zoom call for people who were struggling with anxiety. I think it was just after COVID, and I wasn't struggling with anxiety. It was held by a local person in our local area, and there was nothing about what they were offering that I was actually needing. But I felt intuitively called to sign up for the Zoom. So I followed my intuition and I signed up. Lo and behold, I ended up being the only person on that Zoom call. So the guy who was hosting it, me and him, we had a long chat and spoke about what I was doing, what he was doing, and that call led me to be invited to doing a podcast. I did one of the local podcasts, and then also I did a podcast on a radio show. I could have looked at that and said, you know what, this is not anything that I need. I could have listened to my intuition and been like, oh no, this is not something I should be doing. And I could have scrolled right past. And I would have missed out on the opportunities that came my way that day. Taking inspired action, it's when you just get that nudge to do something and to just follow through with it. Going back to your future self and asking yourself, okay, well, what would she do? And then in taking inspired action, a great tool is to decide on your non-negotiables. So non-negotiables are those things that you are just not willing to settle on. And it is great when you put in place a few non-negotiables to help you to manifest what you want. So for instance, if I can say, like, let's say you want to manifest health, you want to be healthier, obviously being very clear on exactly what it is you desire. But one of your non-negotiables will be that you do not climb into bed in the evening if you have not taken your 10,000 steps. Decide on what are your non-negotiables. What are the things that you're just not going to negotiate on? Maybe if it's in a relationship and you just decide that you will not be spoken to in a certain way anymore. You will not be treated in a certain way. That just becomes your non-negotiable. And then the last one is faith and trusting the process. And sometimes this can be the hardest step. Now, I said manifesting with ease, everything's going to be easy, right? But this sometimes can be quite challenging. So let me just give you a little bit of a breakdown of my beliefs. Now, you might not believe the same things that I do, and you're free to believe it in any which way you want to. Now, you will hear me talk about the universe and universal principles, and I'll mention God. And so what I believe is that the universe and the universal principles is just this big awesomeness that is out there. But I do believe that there is a God who holds it all together. Now, I know a lot of people believe that divine being and the universe is the same thing, and that's fine. I mean, you can believe whatever you want to, and I'll believe whatever I want to. There's no right or wrong, because, you know what, honestly, I don't think any of us really know. And when we come to our end, I think that's when we're really gonna know. But for now, that's what I believe. And when it comes to faith and trusting the process, we have to let go of the attachment to the outcome. So when we want to manifest a certain thing, we have to, I'm going to use money as an example because that's always just the easiest thing. So let's say I want to manifest 10K, and I've been very clear about it. Sorry, that's just an alarm going off there. I've been very clear about what I want. I want the 10K. I want it to be tax-free. I want it in a lump sum. I want... and then I'm going to be very specific about exactly how I'm going to use that money. So I might break it down to, I'm going to use X amount for that, and X amount for that, and X amount for that. So very clear on what it is that I want. I'm going to take action steps towards that, obviously, but there's going to be certain things that are going to be out of my control. And I need to let go and just trust in the divine timing that it's going to happen, and it's going to come at exactly the right time. When we hold on to something too tightly, then the manifestation process comes to an absolute standstill, because God, universe, cannot do what it needs to do to bring this manifestation to life. And even if we're taking action steps and we're doing a lot of things, and that's when it becomes hard, because we're pushing and we're trying to make things happen. So let go. Trust the process, trust in the divine timing. If we think about like God, universe, we co-creating. It's not all on us. And we also can't sit back and say, okay, well, I'm never going to do anything for the rest of my life. I'm just going to sit in my chair and watch TV, and I'm going to expect God to do all of these different things for me. That's also not going to work. So just as much as we need the divine, God uses us to bring things into fruition. Learn to just have calm confidence in your future self, and knowing that your manifestation is already done. You can release it. So I don't know if you've picked up on this already, but the foundational principle in all of this is to embody your future self, to step into the identity of that person who already has what you desire, to align your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions to the version of yourself, that person who's already living your dream life. I want to encourage you, what is the first step that you can take today? What is a little step that you can take today? Next week, I'm going to share with you the science and the magic of manifestation. So we're going to get into a little bit more technical and fun stuff in the next episode, but we're going to go a little bit deeper than what we have today. Have a fantastic week, and I'll chat soon.